Let's see. You have Phil Hay doing the screenplay for, the writing for this movie. I'm trying to think if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's go back of his writing, shall we? Okay, The Tuxedo with Jackie Chan and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Eon Flux with Chris, Theron, Charlize Theron, and recently Clash of the Titans, the first one. I think there may be some flaws in that writing. Yeah, but let's see if it's actually worth going into. I mean, you still have Bridges and Reynolds in here, so let's see. Um, does it have a good storyline? And it does have some good writing, despite of what I just said. But there's no character development, which means which means the writing for the characters wasn't done at all. It just seems like it just seems to be a common thread with the from the last few movies I've reviewed and seen, and it's starting to get on my nerves, and I'm up to here, with this shit. Even the people who I love, who are involved with this film, can't save it from its horrible character development. I mean, it was a huge flaw in this movie, and I couldn't bring myself, to enjoying myself sitting there for 2 hours. But here's the kicker: I actually had such high hopes as soon as the trailer came out, because I mean, look at it. It has so much. It has so much potential from the trailer alone. I didn't even think twice, thinking, you know what, this might actually suck. I didn't, not a wink, and it kills me that I'm even saying this. Seriously, if you forget what you saw in the film and just focus on what you get from the trailer, Ryan Reynolds, great. Jeff Bridges, fantastic. What? Reynolds dies and assumes the position of a dead police officer? Sign me up. I mean, I'll be the first one online buying my ticket. But in the bitter end, I was just let down. And like I said, it had the potential. It had the story to be good for some odd reason. I'm just gonna guess here. They probably wanted to finish it, like they wanted to get right, into the theater as fast as they could, and unfortunately, that usually costs people. You know, when you rush films, not even just films, like in school, you rush tests, you fail, you rush projects, it doesn't come out right. You cut corners when you want to get done as fast as you can, and it cost them a lot with this film because it had everything it needed to be a good, decently, okay film. And I mean, the casting alone brings me to my theater seat. I mean, Reynolds, Bridges, Parker, the Baconator, Kevin Bacon, and then bringing in a Victoria's Secret model, Marissa Miller, and funny man James Hong. I mean, you just can't beat that. But they botched it horribly. I mean, you have to do some serious shit digging to actually get to the core of what this film actually gave you. Was it entertaining? Sure. It has a story for it. Like I keep saying, it has a story for being entertaining. And again, it has the cast, like I said before. It just didn't. It just doesn't do anything for me. Personally, I would have spent maybe another year or so working on the story making. Sure, it flows somewhat naturally instead of breaking up in splits, meaning they'll show a story, and then another having not having anything. They'll show one story and then not have the other story to do with the other one, and they won't connect, and until the very end, and that only works if you put in good writing behind it, which this does not. Now, I know it's sad with all the great stuff they embedded into the film. I wish they just did a lot more for for it, the writing, the story, even the CGI. They could have done a lot better. It looked very campy. It had a very odd look. I wouldn't say pixelated per se, or it wasn't really grainy. It was just I don't know, it was laggy. What did you say, laggy? Yeah, it was it was really odd to watch, you know, and it really pains me to say this. I don't and I can't recommend this film. I know I just can't. If you do want to, if you do want to see it, even with my warning here, at least wait for the DVD or something. I will say there are a few good parts, especially with James Hong. I fucking love that guy. I love him from since Seinfeld. And he Balls of Fury. For the younger generations, probably have seen that. He's just completely hilarious, and definitely my all-time. He's probably one of my definitely all-time favorite actors. But he couldn't even save this movie. I mean, even with his hilarious antics, I still can't recommend it. I will recommend, however, though, subscribing to my channel. Yes, I mean, it's all fun and games here at the Gabriel Incorporation here. Make sure you hit the button to do so. You can click either Jeff Bridges or Ryan Reynolds. I don't know which I'm going to do. Or you can just click whatever. It doesn't even matter by this point. Also, share my videos on Facebook and on Twitter. The next one will be the horror film, The True Story of the Warrens, being embedded into the movie The Conjuring. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one.